Hey, it's Carol Lee. For those of you who do not know me yet, I am the famous YouTuber that's here to empower you to see what the fuck you're capable of. Empower you to live a life you fall in love with. Live a life that Live a life of your dreams. See what you're capable of because you're incapable. No, you are capable of amazing fucking things. In today's video, I want to talk to you ladies who are in maybe a difficult relationship, or maybe you're wanting to improve on your relationship. Or maybe you're just feeling stuck in life and you know that there's more, but you have absolutely no idea what to do to get there. So I'm going to share with you things that totally fucking revolutionized my life and how I incorporated those in my life and things that I'm doing now that have propelled me into this. I just don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. And I've been a person who gave a shit. I needed outer validation, mostly from men. I needed them to find me attractive, to look at me, to feel validated, to feel like I belonged, to feel like I was worthy. And as I began to incorporate these things in my life and empower myself, these 6 things that I'm going to share with you, it dissipated. It became very fleeting if a man even looks at me. And don't get me wrong, it can be very enjoyable to flirt with a man, but when you get to a point that you're so fucking confident that you don't need it, that you love yourself so fucking much that it's it's playing a game at that point. It's just fun and flirty but you don't need it. That's where I want you to be. Living your very best fucking life, feeling extremely confident in who the fuck you are, and having fulfilling, passionate, loving, supportive, healthy relationships. I think for me, I didn't even know I was in an unhealthy relationship. I honestly, with my first marriage, thought something was wrong with me. And the reason why I thought that is because I was with someone who was manipulative, gaslighting me, ghosting me at times, very defensive, stonewalling. He even would go through times where he would completely ignore me for days. And towards the end of our marriage, he ignored me for 41 days. He literally acted like I was not even present in our house. it, I can laugh about it now, but it was actually, even though I was wanting to get out at that point, still was very hurtful to have someone dismiss you in such a way. And I have to tell you, looking back on that girl, I I can't even believe I'm the same person. But what I want you to understand is I'm not ashamed of that either. That that gentleman that I was with propelled me to work on myself and become the best fucking version of myself. So that's how I look about on that relationship now. I look at it as he didn't make me. I look on that relationship and it was a defining moment for me that changed my fucking life. because I began doing these 6 things, and the more I began working on myself, the more confidence I had, the more empowered I felt, the more I loved myself. I no longer wanted to settle for being treated like garbage. But what I want you to understand is you can get lost in that relationship and not understand that it's unhealthy. You can I know for me, I'd be like, maybe if I do this differently, he'll react differently. Maybe I'm communicating with him wrong. What I want you to understand is a healthy person, if you're communicating with them in a way that isn't healthy for them, they will tell you. They will verbally say in their own words, the way you're communicating with me is hurting me, and I don't feel like it's helping our relationship. That is a healthy relationship. I want that for you. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel loved. I want you to know that you deserve to be in a healthy relationship. So, the very first thing that I started doing when I was in that marriage is I began working out. And I know. It's not easy. You could have small kids at home, you have a full-time job, time is hard. But what I wanna tell you is, do you want a fucking life you love, or do you want to look at all the reasons why that you can't have it? That is the question I have for you. Because these are just excuses. Because if you're serious about having a relationship that you're mutually loved, you gotta quit making fucking excuses. Because it's not gonna get any fucking easier. It is not gonna get easier. It's not, there's no perfect time. You're waiting for the perfect time to leave. There is no perfect time. You've gotta do it now. We are not promised tomorrow. But the one thing that I wanna tell you is you can just start working on yourself now. And while you're in this relationship, and I promise you, you will get to a point that you will be like, holy fuck, I'm not, you'll wake the fuck up. You'll be like, I'm not fucking doing this shit anymore. So it starts with empowering yourself. So start a workout routine. And I don't care if you just do 15 minutes a day. You can start with literally taking a 15-minute walk. Do it on your lunch. Do it after dinner. But I want you to build build on that. Let it start out that way. 3 weeks, do a 10, 15-minute walk, then increase it. Ideally, optimally, I would like you strength training. It's an empowering fucking thing to do. But do any activity. It will start to become addicting, and you will feel empowered, you will feel strong, and once you have physical strength, it's going to benefit you mentally. Number 2, look at your nutrition. And you can start small. It doesn't have to be, I am the best clean eater today. Start with no sugar. Start with reducing soda, eliminating soda, increasing your water. One thing I really want you to understand is if you're eating an unhealthy diet, you are not optimally thinking for yourself. It's hard to imagine that, but sugar, processed foods, it with that comes brain fog. And I want you in an optimal fucking place. Exercise, nutrition. Number 3, start meditating. I know it's not easy. It was hard for me. I was someone who really had a busy mind. I was constantly thinking. I would struggle trying to fall asleep. I'd just be thinking about everything. And one thing I want you to understand of what my life was like is I had little kids at home. I had a husband that didn't do much of anything. I had a full-time job. I was attending college. I had a lot going on. But through practice, which understand it's a practice, it doesn't need to be perfect at first. One thing that meditation is it's your own journey. I believe our lives are our own journeys, but really understand that just start 5 minutes a day quieting your mind. And I'll put some meditations out there for you to just 5 minutes. Leave everything at the door. Focus on your breath. Just relax. Listen to some soft music if you need to. Focus on an air conditioner rattling, whatever works for you. And then don't be hard on yourself about it. Whatever it is what it's supposed to be. 5 minutes a day. Then I want you to start paying attention to your thoughts, your belief patterns, things that you say to yourself. And I know this can be really hard at first. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is what it is. Just start paying attention to it. And as you notice negative thoughts, just notice them. Notice them for the first week. Then I want you, as you notice them, to be like, I'm not living here in this thought. I'm going to shred this thought in a shredder. I'm going to let it fly away in a balloon in the sky, or be in a fast car driving. There goes that thought. Fuck that. Watch it leave. In any one of those analogies, or whatever works for you. If it's a racehorse, whatever you think of. Then I want you to focus on the beliefs you have about yourself. Do you believe you're worthy of an amazing fucking life? I know for me, it was a hard fucking pill for me to swallow to realize how little I thought of myself. It was shocking to me when I had that awareness of, holy fuck, I think this little of myself that I'm tolerating this. I want you to recognize those beliefs and then work on letting them go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember that our journeys are our own, and it doesn't have to all unfold perfectly today. Just start, just begin, challenge those beliefs. I want you to think of new beliefs. And let me give you some examples because that can be quite hard. For instance, when I started challenging my beliefs of this is what I deserve, I'm not sure I could get any better than this. This is the way all men are. People are fucking toxic. I started to say, I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of having a healthy relationship where someone loves me and wants to work with me and desires to talk about things. I'm a valuable person. I have a lot to bring to the table. I am worthy of healthy love. Then finally, I want you to focus on what you say to yourself before you go to bed at night and have a tiny little gratitude session. 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be a lot. And I want you to not think about the shitty things that you have in your life before you go to bed. I want you to think about the amazing things you have in your life before you go to bed. And this can be hard if your life is challenging, right? But I started with things like, I am grateful that I woke up this morning and I was healthy, and that I have a body that is athletic and that is able to work for me. I'm grateful that I can work out, that my mind is functioning, that I have 2 wonderful kids, that I have a job, that I have a car that's taking me from point A to point B. I'm grateful that my body is functioning and allows me to jump around and meditate. I'm grateful for my meditation. It can be just simple things. Focus only on the simple things before you go to bed. When you get really used to this, I'd love for you to do that when you wake up in the morning too, is setting your intention for the day and having a mini gratitude session. It doesn't have to be that in depth, but grateful for my day. I intend to really dominate my workout today. I intend to like give it an extra 10% today. I'm going to get these things done at work. I intend to look at the bright side of things. I intend to let go of shitty thoughts. And I'm going to detach. And I know good things are coming for me. All these things are going to empower you. And I promise you, if you work on these things indefinitely, you will get to a point where you are empowered and you will know that you are worthy of more, and you will no longer be accepting of shitty treatment, and your life will propel in a new direction. I love you guys, and I hope you loved this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It super supremely helps out my channel. And leave comments below if you resonated with this video, or if you'd like me to talk about anything else. I'd love to hear about it. Love you guys, and remember, you're fucking awesome, and I will see you next time.